Salwete Discipuli. Today we're going to be starting chapter 10, so you're going to want to be on page 68 in your books to follow along. Each class day we're going to have a 10-ish minute video lesson, and you'll have an assignment to complete afterwards. You want to make sure that you watch the video before you do the assignment because it will definitely help you. At the end of the chapter's assignments, you'll have a quiz that'll be open book, and you can take it on RenWeb. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to chat me. Chapter 10, what we're going to do first is look at the vocabulary list, and I'm going to pronounce the words for you like we normally do. Follow along in your books and read them as I go. Corpus, corporis, caput, capitis, ferum, feri, iter, itineris, juvenis, juvenis, mater, matris, pater, patris, rex, regis, ripa, ripai, revus, revi, uxor, uxoris, tyrannus, tyranni, deleo, delere, delevi, deletu, nato, natare, natavi, natatum, servo, servare, servavi, servatum, tempto, temptare, temptavi, temptatum, timeo, timere, timui, timidus, timida, timidum, and etiam. And those are your vocabulary words for chapter 10. The first assignment that you have is to make a list of your vocab words, just like we normally do. You can also use note cards if you would like. You're going to do those for your chapter 10 vocabulary list. Remember to write all the Latin forms, put the gender on the nouns, and remember, don't abbreviate. So for this chapter, we're actually going to be studying a new set of endings, a new chart, which is going to be found on page 69 of your books, and those are third declension nouns. Third declension nouns are a new set of endings, and if you still have your reference sheet, a good idea is to go ahead and put those endings in there. Third declension masculine/feminine is on the bottom of page 69, and then third declension neuter is at the top of page 70, and you're going to need to know those endings. So if you look at your vocabulary list, your noun section, we have several nouns this week that have random first forms. That's because those nouns are third declension. The first thing you're going to need to do with a noun is figure out which chant of endings to put on it, right? So far we've done first declension endings and second declension endings, which is just a pattern of endings, right? So for third declension endings, the way that you're going to recognize them is any noun in your list that has a second form ending in is, an is, is third declension. And you're going to use the new third declension endings for that. So if you look at your list and find ripa, ripai, ripa, ripai is first declension. And the way that we know that is by the endings, I. Those are the first two of the first declension chant. The very next word is revus, revi, and that is second declension, and the way that we know that is by the first two endings, us, e. That's the first two endings of the second declension masculine chant. Third declension nouns are different because the first form will be irregular. There's not a regular ending for it. But the second form will always end in an is. So one of your first assignments, the assignment for today, is you're going to go through each of your vocabulary nouns and you're going to decide which declension they are, first, second, or third, and you're going to find the stem. So to find the stem of a noun, remember you go to the second form and you're going to take off the ending. So for ripa, ripai, you would go to the second form and take off the AE. For revus, revi, you would go to the second form and take off the I. For any third declension noun, you're going to go to the second form and the ending is an IS, so that's what you're going to take off to find the stem. You find the stem just like any other noun, go to the second form, take off the ending. All the ones that end in an IS in the second form are third declension, and they're going to use our new endings. If you look at the bottom of page 69, those give you the endings for third declension, masculine, and feminine words. So they do rex for you, and they do uxor for you in that chart. But the first set of endings is just the endings, and that's what I want you to focus on. Look at the nominative singular in that chart, and you see a star or an asterisk. The reason why there's no ending there is because whatever the first form listed in your vocabulary is, that's what goes in that box. So for example, rex regis is what's listed in your vocabulary for the word rex. So the nominative singular form is just that first word, rex. Then you would find your stem and add the endings for the rest of them. So for the nominative singular, you aren't going to add any extra endings. The rest of the forms, you're going to find your stem and then add the rest of your endings. So for today, though, all you're going to do is look at your vocabulary list, decide which pattern each of those nouns follows, first declension, second declension, or third, and then find the stem for each one of those. It should hopefully be review. The rest of the week, we're going to be looking at declining third declension nouns, and then at the end, you'll have a quiz. That quiz will be open book. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to chat me. I would love to help you. And at the end of the, at the end of the chapter, whenever we finish it, your vocabulary list will be due, and there's also a Vulgate assignment that will be due. It shouldn't take you very long. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. That's all for now, and I will see you on our next lesson. Valete discipuli.